So on today's show, we're going to be chatting to about the One Day Cup and what has happened so far. Some of the performances that stood out, maybe, and a major result that took place today, of course, in the grand scheme of things. But I'm also going to go through the rookie list for the Betway SA20 that has just started. Okay, so that's type of things that we're going to talk about on today's show. It's going to be a concise one, a compact one. We're going to try to get through everything and discuss everything in detail and go through the importance of this particular One Day Cup and some of the players that we're hoping would have performed or some of the players that we're hoping will still perform, etc. on this show, this segment. So this is a new segment that I'm going to start on the channel. It's a One Day Cup talk or four day series talk, T20 challenge talk, where we focus majority of the time and on the domestic scene, and we try to put focus on that and the players and the performances that have taken place there as well. But before we get going, before we get started, there's a couple of things I'd like you guys to please do. 20 away from 4,000 subscribers, so click that notification bell for all future videos as well. It's very important that you support me and you do that for me because we're really, really close to that next milestone. So go ahead and please tell your friends and family that are also fans of South African cricket to follow Cricket Fanatics magazine. It's the number one place in South Africa where fans can unite and talk about this game that we love so much. What I'd also like you guys to please do is download the latest issue of Cricket Fanatics magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every month. The link is on the screen as well as in the description. It's a subscription, and you'll get the magazine straight to your inbox. So, and every single issue you'll have access to as well, 100% free. If you want to support us and what we are doing here at Cricket Fanatics Magazine, then please become a patron today. This is really what's keeping us going at the moment, guys, to keep everything running. So please go ahead and become a patron today. Link is on the screen as well as in the description. And then go to cricketfanaticsmag.com for all your regular updates. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. I'm looking forward to discussing this with you guys today. Very good evening and welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your daily show. I'm your host Khalid Mohidin, and this is the show where we're going to be talking about the One Day Cup and what has happened so far on One Day Cup Talk. So this is going to be a segment where we're going to be discussing everything that took place so far. And I think the best place to start with this is obviously the shocking victory or the shocking result that took place in Pietermaritzburg today. Now, I watched the entire game. I wanted to keep an eye on certain players that perhaps have their names up for the Proteas and which players could possibly be the future players in the Proteas team. It was obviously the defending champs against the newly promoted team in the Tuskers. Now, we spoke to Grant Morgan. We brought him on exclusively on Cricket Fanatics magazine. We discussed his philosophy, his mentality, the players that he has signed, etc. And he gave us some amazing insight into his methodology and the way he thinks about this game and how he's going to be able to try and push the Tuskers into staying into the competition. And what a statement in your opening game. So I'm going to share the series, the particular scorecard with you to give you guys an insight. But it was quite shocking for me to see the performance as it was. Now, mind you, there are certain things that you need to take into account. First and foremost, that KwaZulu-Natal Inland or Tuskers, they won the toss and they know the conditions better than anybody else in Pietermaritzburg. And when you looked at the pitch looked, at first, when you looked at the pitch, it seemed like it was okay. It didn't seem like there weren't any visible uh, patches on the pitch, cracks on the pitch, etc., from the outside looking in. So when the game started and I saw a couple of the balls angle sharply at the opponent, at the batters, and the bounce was extremely uneven. Certain ones almost hitting people on the under the chin, from a good length ball. It was shocking to me to see that, and it was quite tricky to bat on, particularly in this first innings. And the Lions obviously struggled. Now, this is obviously a star-studded Lions team. I mean, obviously defending champions. Now, yes, they don't have their Proteas available to them, but there are enough star names in this team for us to be able to say that they should have been able to handle the situation. Now, the pitch did act up a bit, but it wasn't the best of displays by any of the batters. They were bowled out for 89. Now, Josh Richards struggled, um, only lasting 9 balls. Ryan Rickelton struggled to score runs, 31 of 50. He did score some beautiful fours, though. Um, Dominic Hendricks got a duck. Zubair Ramza got a beautiful delivery from Tando and Tini. The ball swung in the air and moved off the pitch and just completely took out these wickets. It was a very great delivery. And then it doesn't help when you get a run out in the game. Vian Mulder, we thought coming off great form in England, that he was going to put in a good performance today and maybe show us his batting ability, batting at 6 in this particular match. But he went out for 4. And then there was a kind of slight start to a fight from the tail that tried to keep their wicket and not lose their wickets. But unfortunately, all of them um, some of them just passed the double figure mark, and some of them didn't even get there. And they were bowled out for 89. Now I have to obviously uh, give credit to the Tuskers because they bowled extremely well. I have to admit that they kept the ball in good areas. They didn't bowl a lot of extras, and it was a type of game that I think where their bowlers and their players and the commentators kept on saying that this is a team that doesn't necessarily have star names, but the way they performed as a unit was very good. I mean, they only bowled one no ball and one wide in their entire innings. They kept their lines good, they kept their lengths good, they kept on probing the opposition batters, um, and it was a fantastic performance, particularly by Budaza. I mean, he was brilliant. Yeah, I mean, obviously signing as a new signing at the Tuskers, taking 4 for 18 with an economy of 2.70. He was brilliant today. I think Antini bowled with maturity today as well, even though he was the most expensive bowler out of all of them. Um, he bowled very, very well today. Got a lot of movement in the air today. He bowled exceptionally well. So, and Keith Dudgeon, I mean, after a slow start, he came back very, very well. I mean, I think he went for 15 off his first over and then came back finishing with figures of 2 for 21 in 8 with an economy of 2.62. It was a fantastic performance from them. But it might shock a lot of people to see that this performance happened in the way it did. Um, but at the same time, Grant Morgan would be very proud of his guys that they performed the way they did, because there's no better start than this. It's a dream start for the Tuskers coming into this division, looking to stay up. You play against the defending champions in your first game, and you manage to put on a performance like this with the ball. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better start to the season for the Tuskers. Then with the bat, I think they batted smartly. They were patient. I mean, even with the 90-run target, they were patient. I was impressed with Richard for his 29. I could see a player there. Kagiso Rapulana was again good. And Tian Kukamur showed his maturity today as well, his experience, and it's good to have seen him play today and take the team over the line. with relative ease. Ultimately, 90 they scored it in 2020, 20, 22 overs. They took their time, they were patient, and they made sure they got over the line with only wicket, with 1 wicket down. When it comes to the bowling from the Lions, I mean, they tried their best that they could. Ultimately, they did the best that they could to try and restrict the Tuskers. But at the end of the day, Tuskers were just too good to them on the day. They played the conditions better, and yeah, a shock defeat in the opening game. So we're going to have to see how some of these players, because I mean, we know Bjorn Fortuin, who's a Protea. We've got Ryan Rickelton, a Protea. Vian Mulder, a Protea as well, test team, and he's played ODIs as well in T20s. These players are are ones to watch, or ones to keep an eye on, and ones that we're hoping that will perform really well, because obviously the coaches are watching. The national coaches are obviously going to be watching these games, and it's something to look forward. It's something for them to keep an eye on, because obviously they're going to have to perform, um, to keep uh, to keep that selection hopes alive. So I was a bit disappointed with some of the star players today, um, but in difficult conditions nonetheless. But I was disappointed with that we didn't see a game. We didn't see a game, a competitive game. It was very one sided in the end. Another game in the Division One, which happened a little bit, which happened on the weekend, is obviously Western Province. Now there are some big performances over here that we can highlight. So Western Province, Northwest won the toss and they elected um, to bat first. And I was very chuffed with one performance over here, and that is obviously Reinhard van Tonder. And he scored 129 not out after a wicket fell early. He stuck around until the end to get his team to 276 for six. And he had help from Vian Lubbe with 46 and Senan Mutasani with 34. And Dwan Janssen, I thought that was an impressive knock from Dwan, showing that he can also bat quickly. 33 of 22, 1 4 and 2 6s, strike rate of 150. A brilliant performance from him, showing that he can also play an all-rounder role, similarly to his brother. I've always spoken on this channel about the two players, and I've always said that there was a period in time during Kayamajolo week and all of those type of things where a lot of people were talking about Dwan, um, and Marco, but there was a lot of people speaking about Dwan a lot more at the time. And I think an injury set him back. But the people always spoke about the twins, and there was a lot said positively about Dwan as well. And an injury set him back in that Kayamajolo week, and then um, he's kind of struggled to uh, to have the same meteoric rise as his brother. Um, Not everybody's going to have the rise like Marco Janssen. But I mean, Dwan is hot on his heels. I feel, as another potential player that can 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 show this is his season. I think to show what he's capable of, because he's very talented, bowl and bat. I think he's a very talented player. Imagine if you have 7 and 8 with Dwan and Marco. I mean, if they both are similar, they're similar but very different in at the same time. So personalities are different. Approach to the game. So, but similar height, similar aggression, they do show, as well with regards to their confidence in their abilities. So that would be an awesome thing for the future, I think, if that could happen. If we have the two twins at 7 and 8, it would be quite deadly if Dwan can match what Marco has done and have a great season this season, and show selectors that he should also, his name should also be in the hat for the Proteas. But I think Reinhard van Tonder made a massive statement in his first game for Northwest on debut. 129 of 145 balls with 6 4s and 2 6s. A brilliant knock from him, and someone that should be knocking on the door for the Proteas very, very soon now, hopefully. And from a bowler's perspective, with regards to Western Province, Bjorn took the most wickets, 3 for 52, and Nandre Berger took 2 for 45. Miklali Mapungwana, he played in this match and took 1 for 39. But it's with the bat that that's where it counted for Western Province, and it was largely due to a captain's knock from Calvarena, 101 of 65 balls at a strike rate of 155, 11 fours and 4 6s. A fantastic knock from the captain. Eddie Moore also put in a cameo of 41 of 47, and Miklali Mapungwana's 27 of 17, showing his batting ability as well, 2 4s and 1 6. So the Western Province team also making a statement on the opening game, which I think is fantastic for them after the season that they had last season. I think this was a good start to the season to get a victory like this, and their captain taking them over the line. So with regards to Division 1, that is what took place. I see actually saying that you need to follow the progress of Dion Forrester, and yeah, I have been. And what's excellent to see is that in both matches that he's played, he's performed. I think that is something that is really great to see, because we need all-rounders in the country that can bat. And so far, so in the second division, he's shown that he can do exactly that. He scored 128 of 100 balls with 9 fours and 8 sixes with a strike rate of 128 in the match against Southwestern District, who is a very good side as well. And basically, him and Clayton Bosch together took their team to a very good total of 312 for 8, which they defended in the end. There was 100 not out from Jean Duplessis, who's another very talented player. Ruan de Blanche, another talented player. And Kelly Smuts, also a very good player as well that we know about. They only managed 300 in their 49 overs and they were bowled out. But he also, Dion Forrester also managed 6 for 48 in this match as well, with the economy of 6. So a fantastic performance from him. That's a proper all-round display there. 106 for. It's fantastic. It's amazing to see those type of performance happening. But not only is that match one to stand out, in the next match that they played, which was against the SA emerging side. Let me just put it up on the screen for you guys quickly. Which was against the SA emerging side. The Knights got another victory, and they set a score of 400. Now, Garnet Tar, I remember watching him in Majola week, 192 of 163 balls, 21 fours and 4 6s. Brilliant performance from him. Jacques Snyman did well, 61. But it was Dion Forster, 52 of 28 balls, 3 fours and 4 6s, a strike rate of 185. That took them to a great total of 400. I think another magnificent performance by him. Yes, it's Division 2, we can say, but this was against a pretty strong, a pretty good emerging side. I mean, they are the emerging side over here. And Luan de Pretorius scored 57. Ronan Herman scored 83. And they only managed 240. And once again, we saw Dion Forrester get another wicket. He might not have started in this match. Jacques Snyman started in this match with 4 for 31, but he took another wicket. So he had another all-round display. Seeming like when he performs with the bat, he also puts in something with the ball as well. So that's interesting from that perspective, I think. So a good start for the Knights team in the Division 2 as well. So Dion Forrester is someone that I'm trying to get on the show. I've contacted him. Let's see if he does get back to me. I will try to get in contact with him again, or maybe in another way. to see if we can have a conversation with him, a chat with him, because I think that's important from that perspective as well. So yeah, good start to him for the season. Um, from with regard, I see some of you guys asking me um, that you said you saw a couple of journalists tweeting about Anrik Nokia. We haven't necessarily heard updates from Cricket South Africa quite yet regarding his performance. I'm gonna check Twitter now just to see what has been said. Um, so I saw Felisanda say that there's no Anrik Nokia. Um, there's no Anrik Nokia for the World Cup. So we haven't received any update from Cricket South Africa regarding this. So I don't know where the news came from, but that's a massive blow if that is true. I've seen some people reporting it. Um, we haven't gotten an update from Cricket South Africa themselves yet. South Africa suffered a huge blow as Anrik Nokia is likely to be ruled out. Likely to be ruled out. Anrik Nokia is arguably the fastest bowler in the world. Blah, blah, blah. This is on Click Tracker. However, as per reports, the 29-year-old will not be able to make the trip to India. So this is according to reports. I want to see where these reports are, because if Cricket Info doesn't necessarily have it, then I don't know if it is 100% true. Because the last we heard with regards to that is that Nokia and Magala were going to have fitness tests. Um, and that was reported on the 17th of September that they would undergo fitness tests. Um, so I wonder where the news has come from and who broke the news, because I haven't seen anything from Cricket South Africa themselves yet. And normally we will get that update directly from them um, as soon as the information is given to us. So I've done a quick search on Twitter as well, and I've seen some people saying, reporting that that is the case. Let me just see if there is any proper updates on this, because all I see is that he's likely to be ruled out. Because I heard that they were going to determine what's going to be happening with him this week. So I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything else from reliable sources, I would say. I only saw something on Click Tracker, and I don't know how reliable that website is, for example. Um, yeah, so I haven't seen anything that is legit. We're gonna have to wait and see. We should get an update from Cricket South Africa either today or tomorrow, tonight or tomorrow, with regards to that, and then I'll obviously let you guys know. Because I haven't heard anything myself from any of the sources. So let's wait and see for that before we run away with that story. I saw Felisanda tweeted about it. I did see that. Um, but we don't know where he got that information from. Um, so we're going to have to wait and see. Maybe he's had a conversation with him or something. I don't know. I don't see. I'm looking for that tweet again to see if he's responded to anybody in the tweet as well, just to make sure. Because he hasn't tweeted anything today about this. I'm looking for the tweet now and I can't find it. Let me just check again. Seven hours ago, he tweeted this. So let me just double check again. Let me just go on to the tweet quickly and see if he's responded to anybody. Um, no choose, but now he's also injured. Remember Nokia being da, da, da. Is it confirmed, bro? This is a huge blow. People are asking if it's confirmed, and he hasn't responded to them. I've only seen a report on Crick Tracker that he's likely to miss. That's the only thing I've seen, guys. So I will let you guys know as soon as we know, as soon as we hear. I will update you guys if when that happens. So we'll have to wait and see, because the source wasn't revealed with regards to that. Um, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with that news. We haven't heard any, like I said, we haven't heard anything from Cricket South Africa, and we normally get an update from them first. That's normally how the news will break. Um, so yeah, as soon as we get the update, I'll let you guys know. Let me move on. We've got the SA20 as well that I want to speak about because the rookie list has been released. Is there an article on Supersport? Okay, let me check. Okay, I'm gonna read this with you guys because that's crazy that Supersport broke it without us hearing first as the media from Cricket South Africa. That's crazy that that's happened. Normally that never happens. So let's read this article together. Proteas lose Nokia and Magala for Cricket World Cup squad. By Neil Manthorpe, this piece. South Africa suffered a double blow on the evening of departure for the World Cup in India on Wednesday, when fast bowlers Anil Nokia and Sasanda both failed to recover from injuries and will have to be replaced before the squad leaves on Saturday. It was a particular bitter pill to swallow for Nokia, who also missed the 2019 tournament. The last minute injury, while Magala's chronic knee injury saw him miss out on the first World Cup. Nokia's raw pace will be badly missed by the Proteas, but the back spasm, which limited him to just 5 overs in recent series against Australia, proved to be more serious than had been initially hoped. All-rounder Andile Pekraj is expected to be one of the replacements, having showed his potential during the final one-day international against Australia at the Wanderers on Sunday, with a match-changing innings of 39 not out from just 19 balls. The 27-year-old has been in cricket doldrums for a couple of years, during which he did not attract a bidder at the inaugural SA20 player auction and then lost his national contract. But he has reacted with a determination to the setbacks, worked hard on his physical fitness and skills. Now is an unexpected opportunity to return to the biggest stage in the game. Lazard Williams have played in T20I series, which preceded the ODI series, is likely to replace Nokia. Despite not having anything like Nokia's pace, Williams is one of the most consistent and accurate seamers in the country and has the to the backing of the captain, Temba Bavuma, and the coaching staff. So that's the article, according to Neil Manthorpe, that that's the Sunday and Nokia have been ruled out of the World Cup and will be replaced before the squad leaves on Saturday. So yeah, that's a massive blow to South Africa if that's true. I mean, wow. And like I said, it's funny we haven't gotten a an update from um, we haven't gotten an update from Cricket South Africa, which is strange. They were the ones that should have let us know first, which is normally what takes place, and that hasn't happened. So that is a massive blow if that's true. It's gonna really hurt us in matches. Um, so we're gonna have to wait and see what South Africa does with regards to that. But they're gonna have to announce who they're gonna call up as well. And so far, the One Day Cup hasn't really necessarily proved to be a good display of any of the players that could potentially be up. Now we haven't seen all of them play either. Not all of the teams have played yet, so it's a massive blow for South Africa if that is true. So we're gonna have to wait and I'm gonna wait for the obviously for the press release from Cricket South Africa to hear the details around the injury and the details, and then I'll probably announce that to you guys or show that to you guys tomorrow, and we can discuss it tomorrow's show. I just want to go move on quickly and go on to the next segment of the show because yeah, um, I want to obviously discuss um, this as well. Um, it was part of the things that we wanted to do on the show today. There was a lot of things that I wanted to cover, and there was a massive announcement today that took place with regards to the SA20 because we got and somebody asked me on a previous show, I think, whether we will get a list of any of the rookies that will be on the list for the SA20 this year, because it will also give us insight into which players are potentially going to miss the opportunity to be selected for the Test series in New Zealand as well. Maybe there are some youngsters on this list. So new player regulations will see 6 rookie players picked in an inaugural draft. A career-defining opportunity awaits 6 South African rookie players who will be picked in the upcoming Betway SA20 rookie draft. The rookie draft is a new addition to the season 2 playing regulations, and this is the league's initiative to expose more young talent on a global stage and to some of the world's best coaches and players. A total of 80 up-and-coming players have entered the draft, including recent South African under-19 captains Bryce Parsons and George van Heerden and Juan James. There's also a host of players with domestic first-class experience, including Jonathan Bird, Ruanta Blanche, Mikael Prince, Lieme Waku, and Tian van Vuren. Betway is a 20 head coach of operations, head of cricket operations, Stephen Cook, says the opportunity will be invaluable for the players. One of the major drivers of success for the first season of the SA20 was the quality young South African talent who excelled on the global stage. We had rising stars such as Gerald Coetzee, Jordan Herman, Dieval Previs grabbing their opportunities during the competition. We want to expose 6 young players to SA20 and give them an opportunity to grow and learn in this environment. With little data available on the rookies, besides mainly their youth statistics, all 6 teams will no doubt be keeping a close eye on the SA Emerging 11, currently competing in the Cricket South Africa Division 2 One Day Cup, which we spoke about a little earlier. The SA Emerging 11 consists of 7 potential SA20 rookies, namely Ronan Heerman, Luandre Pretorius, Andile Samalani, Abdallah Bayumi, Lieme Waku, Richard Seletswane, and Ethan Cunningham. With only 1 week to go in the auction, the rookies will have 2 further opportunities to impress ahead of the auction when they face Mpumalanga Rhinos at Tuks Oval in Pretoria on Friday, before the match against Eastern Storm and Willamore Park in the Benoni next Monday. Rookie draft explained. A rookie is a South African player aged 22 or under on the day of the auction that has not contracted to SA20 before. All 6 teams are mandated to select a player from the rookie draft. A player meeting And the definition of a rookie can be bought in the regular auction stage, but if not chosen in the regular auction stage, will then be eligible for the rookie draft, which will take place at the end of the regular auction. Each team will have 2 minutes to make their choice and will be on the clock to stick within the parameters. Each rookie player has a set value of 75,000 Rand, which will be deducted from the team's available salary cap prior to the auction to make sure there is absolute clarity at all stages of the player auction as to how much purse is remaining and ensure that the rookie fee is sufficiently catered for by each franchise. The standard regulations pertaining to squad composition, salary cap, and base price will apply. Should a franchise already have a player in the squad that meets the definition of a rookie player, this player will not count as the rookie player as far as the provision is concerned. Each franchise must take a rookie player in the draft portion of proceedings. Should a franchise already that meets definition of a rookie player, this player will not count as the rookie player as far as the provision is concerned. Each franchise must take a rookie player in the draft portion of the proceedings. Brilliant. So, for example, Deva Brevis has already been picked up by my Cape Town. They have to take another one in the auction. The order of selection will be as follows: reverse order of the final position from season one. My Cape Town, Durban Super Giants, Paul Royals, Joburg Super Kings, Pretoria Capitals, Sunrisers, Eastern Cape. The Betway SA20 and the rookie draft will take place in Johannesburg on Wednesday, 27 September. It will be live on Supersport from 4 with rolling coverage on all SA20 social media platforms. So here's the we'll try to do like a watch along or something with regards to that maybe. If it's on Supersport, we probably can't unless it's on the YouTube channel, SA20 YouTube channel. But here's the list of rookie players: Nonelela Yika, Safwan Suji, JP King. I'm not going to read all of this. It's going to be way too long. But at least we've got Matthew Post on here, George van Heerden, some of the names: Michael Copeland that we know, Liam Elder, Sia Plaikis, Bryce Parsons. These are some of the names that we know. Madam Mokwane, Waku we know, Abdallah Bayumi we know. Jonathan Bird, we know about Valentine Katime, we know Tian van Vuren, Joan James, Ashel Kluti, Ruan de Blanche, Ronan Herman, Andile Semalani, Luke Beaufort, Ethan Cunningham. Just trying to look at the names that stand out to us that we know personally, that we've had on the shows, etc., like Daniel Smith. Who else is here that we've had on the show already? But I'll go through it. I'm going through it slowly as well so you guys can see all the names. It is available on cricketfanaticsmag.com if you guys want to download it. So yeah, awesome. That I like that addition to the SA20. I like that that we have that ability to be able to see some of the players. I'm going to show you guys the list now. I just wanted to go through it again. And I'm going to keep it on the screen a little bit longer for you guys so that you can actually see all the names as well. So let's just zoom in a bit. So here we go. Like I said, Matthew Post, someone that we've had in the magazine. George van Heerden, we've had on the channel. Mikey Copeland, we've spoken to. Liam Elder, Sia Plaikis, Bryce Parsons, we've spoken to them. So, yeah, it's awesome to see all these names. Young players as well, 18 years old, 19 years old. It's showing that, T20 cricket is taking over in South Africa. I mean, these players are obviously getting opportunities at a young age to be able to become professionals in the T20 scene. So it's going to be very interesting to see which players get picked up. Asaka Tsaka as well is someone that I'm familiar with. Yeah, so it's a great opportunity to promote youngsters in the country, I think. It's a great chance for them to play against top opposition. That's something that is always that you always want to see. You want to expose the younger players to the best cricket as far as possible. I see Christian Dutoit as well. Yes. Um, so yeah, that's something that I think is awesome addition. Yes, guys. Let me get to some of your comments. Do you think Temba, Rassie, Miller, and Riza will retire after the World Cup? They are approaching mid 30s. Um, I don't think they'll retire straight away. Um, I think that Rob would probably want to like them to stay in and around the squad so that the younger players that come in, they can then obviously rub shoulders with them. Injury around Nuki and Magala, yeah, according to Neil Manthorpe, they've both been ruled out. Which lunch on Sukos are available to Goto? I don't know what you're saying. Is Andrich really out of the World Cup? Yeah, there's an article from Annick Nokia, I mean, from Neil Manthorpe about it. I read it out earlier on the show, of course. Let me just go to the more to the bottom of here. Um, I won't question them if they carry unfit Anrich in 15. Even if he can play last 5 games, will be big. I thought Anna should be back for the World Cup, but we all thought that that is very possible. Um, but according to Neil Manthorpe, he's been ruled out. I did bowling without Anrich Nokia, says Kani. Guys, brace yourself for slow balls of Lungingidi, length balls of KG. And so now Tinas has also tweeted it that Anik Nokia is out of the World Cup. Yeah, that's a massive blow for South Africa. Wow. Breaking it here live on the show. Still haven't heard an update from Cricket South Africa. Um, it's strange. Very strange. But that's a massive blow. Yeah, we need Andrich. We definitely need Andrich. Yo, that's a massive shame. I mean, 2019 was also a problem as well. Yo, that's heartbreaking. Lungi and KG at death, indisciplined bowling of Gerald and Marco in the middle, while Andile trying his best to bowl up to 130 and bowling leg side to right hander. It's official. Khalid Anich is out of the World Cup. Tinas just tweeted he has to saw that now. I hope that they carry Andrich in 15, even if he is out for a month. KG needs to step up his World Cup. Can't complain about. I feel so sorry for him, man. Really, it's sad. I mean, he's a first player. He's a player that we have a good relationship with on the channel. He's always up to chat to us and come on the shows and talk to us in interviews and have a chat at the events, etc. So my heart goes out to him if that. My heart goes out to him really because I mean, there's if there's any player that deserves a World Cup spot and deserves to play in this World Cup, it's Andrich Nokia for everything that he's done for South Africa and his amazing increase in ability over the last couple of years has been excellent. 2019 World Cup all over again. We are kind of saying, yeah, it's a World Cup. 2019 all over again. We need to find a proper replacement, Siskani. Yeah, so it's most likely looking like Andile or Lazard, based on what Rob said. in his press conference, he said if Henry is out, then that would be the replacements that would take place. So yeah, that saddened me. It's kind of bummer to end the show. But thanks a lot for tuning in, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We will discuss this topic a little bit more tomorrow when we get more information. I hope you guys enjoyed the episodes. Smash the like button, comment and share, and subscribe, and click that notification bell. We're on 20 away from 4,000 subscribers, so please help us get to that mark. I'd also like you guys to please subscribe to the magazine, download the latest issue, and click the notification, and you'll get every single issue 100% free straight to your inbox every month. Also support us by becoming a patron today. That will keep us going over here as well. And then go to cricketfanaticsmag.com for all regular updates. You'll probably see a story. If we get the information tomorrow, you'll probably see a story about Andrich on the site tomorrow. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow with another daily show. Stay safe, enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll speak to you very soon. Peace out.